a lot of artists don't have the ability to write songs like Jail or Harrison Ave.
Yeah.
But do you feel like you can't get that to like a mainstream audience if you're just telling like 6-minute stories without chorus and verses?
Like, you know, there is a limitation to like, yes, but like I also think if I'm reviewing like people's like feedback on this project, they're all like, Harrison Ave's my favorite.
Harrison Ave's incredible.
Yeah, so it's like, and I'm not saying I'm done making Harrison Ave's. Like I think that is something that I really feel like I am one of the best storytellers in rap, and I feel
agree.
like to not do that would be a disservice to my skill set. But I think I just want to be able to. I don't really worry about never would I add a hook in the middle of Harrison Ave like that's like trying to make it like a catchier 6-minute song. Like I know what it is, and I think it's like very relatable and like very interesting, and it's a journey that like flies by. Even though it's 6 minutes, you're like, wow, like I was like gripped for the entire duration of that 6-minute thing. And Jail is a 10-minute version of that that's totally different. That I like. Oh my god, that song is incredible. But yeah, I want to make a variety of songs, and the thing that I will make next, I think it can have the Harrison Avenues, but I don't know. I think I'm just now kind of for the first time able to approach making music as like a musician and not as like a comedian who's like trying to get attention.
When you release a 10-minute song,
Yeah.
how does that? I mean,
Too long?
No, I think, but I think that's real storytelling, right?
Yeah.
Like I think there's a massive place and massive place in culture for it, plus a hole in culture for it. Genuinely, is there? I mean, do you house nerves? And how does that even begin? Do you write it? Do you freestyle?
It varies. Like I have a few, unfortunately, 10-minute songs in my catalog, and like the song "Pillow Talking" is another one that's like an 11-minute song. That like they were making the beat in the studio, and I just like started freestyling. Like I said, like, "Do you fuck with the war?" Like I just and like I kind of like built like, and I was like, wow, like I could like, be having a conversation post bed. Like that came out of like a proper music session where I was like freestyling, and like the kernel of the idea came from that. Jail, I don't even know where the hell that came from. Like I wrote it like for the show, and truthfully, there's like it's like even longer. Like there's more.
Wasn't there a part? Is there a part 2?
There's but like I don't know if it's not finished. Like you know what I mean. But like the 9 or whatever 8-minute version that is on Peanut is not the whole thing, which is shocking. And like there was even more that I wanted to even shoot for the show, but there's production limits. Like we only had so many, like, so I had to like be like, all right, how can I tell a version of the story in the amount of hours we had to shoot? And it just like ends up, but do I have fears of it being too long? No, I'm like, this is so sick.
But is it like, is everything written out? Like, are you just?
No, I don't write. A lot of it is like, it's not really freestyle, but it is. It's like, I don't really write down lyrics anymore. What I used to do was such a dumb thing. I used to like get a beat and then like sit and like type and write the whole thing without recording anything. And then I'd go to the mic and then put it on, and then I'd start doing it. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even like I thought I would sound one way in my head when I was writing it, but then like, oh, you actually have to deliver it like at this vocal octave, and now the whole thing sucks. And I just wasted a whole 3 days of my life writing this thing so to avoid that inefficiency, I was like, now when I record a song, I'm just going to write it as I record it. So I sit there and I like write the first line, and then I record that first line. Like I don't write it. I just like say it. And then like maybe the first half of what I said is good, but the way I ended it was bad. And then I'll like punch in and finish. And then I just inch along. And then by the end of me recording it, it's done.
How long does it take you to finish something like that?
A song like Jail, I was getting like, I remember like because I would send Benny like every day, like here's the next 2.5. It was like 2.5 minutes a day. So it took like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then, so it took like 5 days to write Jail.